And welcome to the Waystation Companions virtual performance of
The Office, The Injury, or The Scarring of Michael Scott.
A Shakespearean adaptation by the Waystation Companions, based on the script by Mindy Kaling, the show developed by Greg Daniels, and the episode directed by Bryan Gordon, which we have to say in order to avoid any legal trouble. Don't sue us.
The Waystation Companions are a theater troupe out of the famous Brooklyn bar, The Waystation, that has the TARDIS bathroom. Each month, we take a pop culture reference, usually in the science fiction and fantasy, but as you see this month, not so, and a Shakespeare, smush them together and see what happens.
As per we usually do in our normal shows, we always include a drinking game. And for those of you at home right now who are stuck there because of quarantine, you should be at home unless you're an essential worker. Please, if you would like to, join us in the drinking game. So whenever you see someone like, for say me, talking directly to the camera by themselves, please take a sip of your beverage. Cheers. It's not coffee. If you hear someone say, "That's what she said," please feel free to take a gulp or just down it. Please know your limits. Only join us if you think you can. And water is very much my friend.
And now, sit back, relax, and join in the drinking game, or no, do not join the drinking game. You know the rest of that to be or not to be thing. Anyway, join us now for The Office, The Injury, or The Scarring of Michael Scott.
Attend thee part of a longer tale of two people at such odds, one a hard-headed grumbler and the other ageless, pure of heart, and longing for a lover. And these two friends, yet foes, are led by one whose heart doth lead him both in folly and to joy. And in this setting, trapped in duty, this leader and his followers trundle forth. And therein lies the essence of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Back to back, it's really long, but good.
Dunder Mifflin, this is Pam.
Prithee, Pam, 'tis Michael. I beg thee for thy aid.
Speak, friend Michael, what troubles thee?
Thou callest me a friend?
What dost thou need?
I'm hurt. Oh, I have hurt myself. Oh, God.
Hold, sir, hold, and speak plainly.
Such pain I feel. There is no ease. Oh, it is not good, dear Pam.
Michael, shall I send a medic?
Halt, I say. Come fetch me.
Prithee, what?
Speak, friend Pam. What is occurring?
Thou callest me friend?
It's still season 2.
I say, come fetch me.
Hold, if thou art hurt...
I am hurt. My foot. I hurt my foot. I want to come to work, but need you to come and fetch me. Oh, God.
Hey, whoa, Michael. Jim speaks to thee.
Oh, Jim, friend Jim, loyal, calm, and virtuous Jim.
Just say again and speak in volumes. What has occurred to thee?
Okay. I hath burned my foot coarsely on the surface of my George Foreman grill, and desire one such as yourself to come bring me to work.
You burned thy foot on a Foreman grill?
In dreams where I am flying and soar above the clouds, my senses are brought back to earth by smell or just sensation, and I, much like the men of greater means than I, enjoy the first meal of the day in chambers. Include that which is the smell of bacon. So sue me if this is a sin. And since I am wont of a butler, 'tis I who must create myself such happenings, for bacon to thereafter my slumber. And many times a fortnight, before I rest my head, I lay 6 strips of bacon upon my own George Foreman grill. And so I sleep, alarm goes off, I plug the grill, and lay my head again, from whence I wake to glorious smell of bacon. 'Tis delicious and does well to start the day. This day I rose and placed my foot upon the grill, which then clamped shut on my foot, and I tumbled back into mine bookcase, whereupon mine regional supervisory middle manager award for secondary excellence did drop upon mine head. And that is all. What fact in this does one find so unusual? Pam, friend Pam, could you come and fetch me?
Well, Michael, I should not leave my station.
Then send another to my aid. Send fair Ryan.
Michael, sir, stay. Just rest a while.
I hath no toilet paper. Permit fair Ryan. Ah, failings of mine own, there is no toilet paper. Tell young fair Ryan to bring some toilet paper. Prithee, friend, tell him that.
Can you hop?
I hath tried, Kevin, whose mind is not of sterner stuff, and I bumped mine elbow against the wall, and then my head, and thus my elbow now present protuberance along with my head. Shall no one come and fetch me?
Speak, what ho speak?
Tread carefully with that words.
Michael is, stricken, and thus begs one of us to come to his aid.
I'm not stricken.
Hold, dear Michael, I am coming, I shall save thee.
Does Dwight speak? I beg, do not send Dwight.
I Grathbar's hammer, I shall not hold my pace. I rush to thee to give you aid. Hold on, Michael, I am coming.
Gah, that's what she said.
Wait, and I shall aid thee.
Prithee, no, I do not want Dwight.
Michael, call thy girlfriend to thy aid.
None such exists.
But you said thou courted her this weekend.
'Twas a fiction. Just send a friend, I beg. Anyone but Dwight.
Who's that?
Charging forward to rescue his brethren, he slams his Mustang, and thusly brings harm upon himself. And there, Boromir is wounded. I repeat myself in saying that Lord of the Rings is pretty good.
Oscar, come quick. Dwight crashed his car into a pole, vomited everywhere, then drove off to get Michael. He forgot his bumper.
Huh. Okay.
Good morrow, all. Good morrow. Worry not and freak not at my condition. I hereby banish fears that may upset thine constitution. Clear thee, yes, I am ailed by tragedy, and where thy go, thou speaks of it, and when thy lips do part and speak of it, thy heart may then grow heavily at my folly. But do not fret, I shall recover. My wellness be at heaven's mercy, and at his feet I place my foot. But this day, this very day, let us not speak of tragedy and speak of normal things. Normal is thus much preferred, and normal it shall be, and normal shall be our pace in light of tragedy, reminding thee that yes, I have great pains in spite of normalcy. Again, great pains in this normalcy, but let's proceed with the business of the day.
Michael, thou hast missed 2 conference calls, one with corporate.
So was my absence then explained?
I mentioned not that thou had cooked thy foot.
Burned, friend Pam. Not cooked, but burned.
Michael, thy foot is wrapped in bubble wrap. To where art thou shipping thy foot?
Ha ha ha. To where art thou? Your foot. Pam, messages, please.
You have none.
Truly, I have none. Well, it seemed quite important that before that you remain at station.
And by remain in station, do you mean then do my job?
Nay, sirrah, thou job is to be my friend, fair Pam. And, ow, God.
It slipped.
What did?
Thou said before, no special treatment shall be granted thee.
I don't want special treatment, Pam. Treat me not as thy spaniel, where thou spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, but as thou would a family member who's undergone some sort of serious physical trauma. I shall not ask much of you. This of you I ask.
Thou does seem fussy. Shall I dispense an aspirin?
I to say I'm fussy, but nay to say that aspirin is a remedy. Aspirin shall do nothing. I say aspirin shall do nothing for this stump which was my foot.
Pam, as I am assistant regional manager, my pledge is to his being, and in my duty I shall.
Shall what? In your duty you shall...
Pardon?
Thou had spake, in your duty shall, and then spake nothing.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Art thou well?
Art thou well?
In my heart, do I believe that Michael has it hard? In injury, I find his so-called agony a joke. Should I tell of an agony that's true? I'll wake to the sun and lay in chambers far too small, then chariot my child to their school that lacks the recompense, and then attend to duty, pour in justly compensation, and suffer for a man who is a burger for a foot. Alas, 'tis not all bad. I do like pretzel day.
I bring thee thy delivery.
Where's my cornbread?
Cornbread is here.
Ah, I thank thee. Are all these chickens dark meat?
Yes, 3 full chickens, all dark meat for you.
Pray tell, where are the yams?
They had no yams, and thus present creamed spinach.
Did I travel out to Stroudsburg?
Aye,
And Stroudsburg had no yams.
say again, no yams.
How queer. 'Tis common that they do have yams.
Dear Pam, is that a prism duro sport I spy?
You spy well. Thou knows of this?
Aye, this player like an iPod, but of stronger, manly girth.
A gift from my betrothed. I've no idea the path to input music.
Pause thy actions, I know the path, a Russian site from whence one can purchase. Song at 2 a pence.
Truly, sir?
A catch, though. All the songs are in Russian. Hold. Wait, I just. Pray tell, for why they would. I bid thee well, Pan.
Pam?
Pam. Pam,
Lord, relieve me from this trouble. What?
come hence.
Say what thou desires ahead of when I come.
That's what she said.
Say, or I shall not. What dost thou want of me?
I need thee to rub butter on my foot.
No.
Pam, please. I have country crock.
No.
Ryan! Ryan!
Nope.
Ryan!
It shocks me not that Michael lied that he were in a relationship. And if he were, we would discuss such things. Relate we would, with he and his dear lady, and I and my dear Bob Vance of Vance Refrigeration. I much adore our nights out at the bar. I sport a dress that doth present my bosom, so men give me attention. And then my Bob, he steps to them and muscles them to tender. Do they think this is wrong?
Indestructible are these. The tensile strength is like that of a plank.
Thou speakest true?
Upon my honor, I do swear that it will not throw, and so behold. Oh, no. Oh, I've made an errant statement. But, it's broken.
What?
Again. I just, again, my word is true. Again, I say that thou can treat it as you may.
I thank thee, Dwight.
To thee, I say, a pleasure.
Upon my observations, I suppose that Dwight befriended Pam, and that Pam befriended Dwight? Huh?
Speak not of it. Dwight is not a friend. Dwight's not a friend. Ye gods, Dwight might be a friend.
Anon, mother, I receive no help at all. The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as a gentle rain from heaven. Upon the place beneath, it is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives, and him that it takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute of awe and majesty, wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptered sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. No, I shall not call to Jan. she'd fuss and make her way, and rush here to dote on me. From whence did you hear that? No, our parting was truly mutual. And whence did thou speak with Fam?
May candy bring you such delight.
Candy suits me fine.
Shall I compare thee to the sweetness of a jujube, or loft your sweetness far about a lollipop, for sweeter than candy art thou?
Hold yourself. Come, proceed no further. Shall I compare thee to the sweetness of a jujube? Not the worst line he has spoken.
Help! Oh, help! Help me!
Pray tell, what happened?
I sat upon the toilet and have fallen in between the toilet and the wall, and now I cannot rise.
I can aid thee.
No, Toby, not you. No, no, no! Another. Fetch Pam.
I doubt that Pam would want to enter the washroom of a gentleman.
Fetch young fair Ryan. He will aid me. His arms so soft yet strong shall lift me and clean me up a little bit. Have him fetch a towel, moist.
Ryan has expired.
You lie. My eyes hath seen him.
Hold, he is, you yourself should rise alone. Thou only grilled thy foot.
In face of this indignity and truly inhumanity, I shall now rise myself. Oh, ow! Ow! Ow, God!
Pam, think of Dwight a moment. He is a great observer, and he looks quite through the deeds of men. He loves no plays as thou dost, Beasley. He hears no music. Seldom he smiles, and smiles in such a sort as if he mocked himself and scorns his spirit that could be moved to smile at anything. And yet today, he greets thee as a friend. You do not find this odd?
No, friend Dwight has been quite nice and helpful.
And that you don't find odd?
Well...
Friends, allies, Toby, lend me your ears. Phyllis, Oscar, Ryan, who was said to have expired, may I ask thee all a question? Do thou know what it is like to be on with disability?
Well, as a maid, I had been stricken with scoliosis.
'Tis not real. I speak of tangible disability, not one of women's troubles.
When I was aged between child and man, they placed me in an iron lung.
What? My lord, what age are you?
He asked the age of I, Creed Bratton, to mark my age and therefore mark my years to death. And as a man is marked in years by debt, I'll say that I have none. For when Creed Bratton does find himself in debt, that very debt is transferred to William Charles Schneider.
Prithee, attend my meaning. I alone do bear a label that so state a disability, though Stanley, as a Moor, hath faced his share of challenges.
I am not a Moor, nor am disabled, and I've always said of both before, thou art neither.
Attend my foot, and speak of what thou sees.
Mailboxes, etc.
Well, you shut up. Those laughs at this and mocks me as if it were quite the object to be mocked, why I, in this weak piping time of peace, hath no delight to pass away the time, unless my shadow is in the sun, and descant on mine own deformity. I say that thou art jerks. Had Steve Wonder fell today, wouldst thou laugh and walk away?
Nay, for we have love for Stevie Wonder.
My foot is but a lowly stump that hath I burned, and thou art pitiless for me. Conference room in 20 minutes and bring thy empathy. Attend as thou art waiting for a guest, quite special to arrive. A wall of icons for your view of legends that receive thy praises, FDR and Larry Flint. who, friends, despite ability or limits, as you know, hath given our society a beacon and a glow to see that limitations are now the limits of the soul.
A query, sir? Tom Hanks is present twice.
Thy question's fair, Sir Halpert. Forrest Gump, whose mind is dull, and Philadelphia. AIDS.
I think that's from Big.
I think not, thou loafish oaf.
No, I think that's from Big. He's on a keyboard with Robert Loggia.
Teenage years were ripped from him in but a night. Rare to have such a tragedy occur. And Stanley, look at thee, to mark a crossword at this time.
Mm-hmm.
What means you by mm-hmm?
I learned nothing from this day.
Thou learns nothing?
Hath I stuttered?
Prithee, sir, I search for Michael Scott.
Yes, good sir. Yes. Attend, good fellows, our special guest.
Pardon my lateness. A Mustang parked in quarters meant for men such as I. Greetings all. I'm Billy Merchant, properties manager of this here office park.
Thou art brave. Thou art so brave.
I thank thee. My intent to visit hath been long held over.
I heed. 'Tis hard to go about, bound as you are, because you're in a wheelchair.
No, I oversee a lot of spots and properties like yours.
Sirrah, pray tell, permit me in my query. Let me know thy challenges, thy pains of daily wear, for you are bound by more than mortal coil. Permit me, what length of time must one align to do a task that's simple? A daily need, say, brush your teeth.
30 seconds, if I'm true.
3 times as long as I. My God, thy bondage unescapable. What challenge must it pose to pull thyself from swaddled base and force thyself into these machinations?
The act of yesterday hath been no different from today. I climb, I sit, I wheel about.
Hold, you gods, hold! Thou mocks him?
Calm thyself. They do not mock. We speak in jest.
Ah, ha, 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 ha. Excellent. Thy humor is the medicine.
Since youth I hath been bound. 'Tis no more than the air I breathe. Where thou seest challenge, I see life.
Yea, yes, they 'tis challenge. 'Tis all they see, and by one by which to pity, as well as one by which to mock. You see not man, but machination.
If I were a lesser man, no, nay, not as less a man, but as a man, I would like to clamp Sir Michael's face with a George Foreman grill.
Let's speak of things that slip the mind of common man. In effort to respect the needs of those whose needs do differ, where thy parks thy vehicle and blocks the larger egress, such acts would lead to folly and dismay, and not to mention ticket. Queries upon this? Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Dwight, thy hand is up.
Pay him no mind. A moment, sir. To say that you and I, we are but one and same. My challenge, alike yours. Abilities, like yours. For when I clamped the grill upon my foot.
Hold there, sir. I cannot take no more, and thus will take my leave.
Did thou see Born on the 4th of July? A grizzled man of bitterness, whose origins of anger are so drawn in a sordid state? I took it that this man would be as such.
Does that man carry some fault?
You mean this day? Today he is a fool, as he'll be tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. But this day, he stepped on a Foreman grill and therefore burned his foot. He stepped on a George Foreman grill and he burned his foot.
No, I speak not of him. I speak of fellow with
the glasses and the moon face, the one who in report it said had crashed into a pole? Beleaguered with concussion he must be.
I am well, if thou must know, as a volunteer sheriff's deputy. I am aware of myself and the symptoms that be should I be afflicted by conditions as concussion. I mark them by the signs, the first of which is speech, which is that slurred, like many a surly sullen sailor. 3 is breath that's choked. Mark the 4 thou must remember. The first to mark is that my speed does well exceed the run of snakes. Also,
Sir Michael, gracious host, I bring the pudding from the gas station Carbondale.
Praise be, young fair Ryan. I thank thee for thy gift.
It's not a gift thou had asked, but you are welcome.
Didst thou attain the yams?
No, yams cannot be bought at a gas station in Carbondale.
Fair, then. I'll resign myself to the pudding then.
Certainly.
Yes, then.
Yes.
I doth feel reborn upon this minute. Young fair Ryan, in his justly sexy ways, did give me this here pudding, and such goodness has now given me new life. In as if body and soul are twinned, his gracious had fed my soul, and made my body heal itself. Amazing what this mortal coil can and will then do when paired with goodly spirit, and a mind as great as mine.
Take the aspen, ground it into finest powder, taken then to mix into the pudding. Calming dear Sir Michael. It was a trick I used upon my canine for when the mud had heartworms.
The blood that courses through my foot redeems me like I am a phoenix. I'm feeling as reborn as...
Hold and attend. We must make our way to hospital. From what we have all witnessed, it can be quite assured that Dwight here has concussion.
Oh, now thou feels compassion?
And I must show compassion to receive. Now look at Dwight and see that he is ill. He needs to go post haste. And thou art listed as the man to reach an emergency and therefore one most qualified to join him.
Thou should go with him, as it does seem that thou cares for him.
I barely know him, sir.
I want Michael to take me.
Alas, I can't. I cannot drive, and my wound is that what prohibits me, and I do not have my care.
I beg thee.
And thou vehicle is vomity.
Permit me, I shall drive. Sirrah, please, let's go.
Fine. Oh, fine. We go whilst I recover. Have young fair Ryan grasp me for my coat.
Come, Dwight. Pam, your hand.
What?
To assist in this endeavor.
Ah, right. Come, Dwight, I'll aid thee to thy chariot.
The smell of chicken soup persists.
I know.
I am en route to the hospital. I shall be back.
I know. And when thou does return, it shall be different.
How shall it be different?
Shall in ways I shan't explain.
Oh, Pam, fair maiden, thou art adorable. Come here. For huggy hugs. Huggy hugs.
Okay.
I just got shotgun.
Should thou be so concerned about shotgun when in manner such as befit a common man thou should remain in the backseat with Dwight?
Simple are the rules upon which shotgun is called. The first to spake of shotgun, when within the sight of the car, shall thereby grant themselves the seat, and that's the game is. Concussion shall play no exception.
Where hence are we going?
Our souls are bound for Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese? Oh, spare me. I despise that Chuck E. Cheese.
We are journeying to the hospital.
I know. I'm just saying.
It's been a crazy day here. Dwight crashed his car, Michael cooked his foot, and everyone is talking weird. It's like, I'd be the smart one here now. And tomorrow, I'm bringing my famous chili in. Should be pretty uneventful.
Doctor, pray tell, thou art wise in this, so speak it which is more severe, wound to foot or wound to head?
A wound to head without debate.
Well, thou hast not all information. The burned foot hath quickly healed at the speed of Hermes, to which once reconsidered is suspicious, actually, like, suspiciously quickly.
I'll get thee to a CAT scan.
Pray tell, what's that?
Since thou hast the order up and running, shall we add inspection of my foot? Place it in beside his head and see what's more severe.
If thou hast burned thy foot, thou only needs to see it.
And what device is used for this?
Doth it be red and swollen?
That's what she said.
Dwight, thou catcaller, that's my joke, thou hast spoken.
Let's get thee to a CAT scan.
I never want to do this.
If thou had the foresight to this trouble, then thou wast off to rescue me, thy worries would be nil.
Thunder Mifflin, this is Pam.
Dunder Mifflin, this is Jim.
Praise be to thee. Speak and say that Dwight is doing well.
Ease thy fine anxieties. They say he will be fine. To gain assurances, they set him up for a scan.
They're giving him a scan to ensure he will be fine. You grant us, me, pleasant news.
And Michael, ever bold in his own doings, is there with him.
Michael's at his side. Praise be.
And we shall make a quick return as soon as we'll have results.
Thou grants us pleasant news. I thank thee, Master Helper.
Pleasure, Mistress Beasley. Does I call you Mistress? I mean to say.
I understand your intentions. I'll see thee soon.
Very well.
Oscar, attend a moment.
Yes, Pam?
I wish to reassure you that Dwight will be okay. They say he will be treated and then shall make swift return. They say he may return as early as the morrow. I thought that'd grant you peace of mind.
I thank thee. They all shall be fine, and they all shall return. Akin to that is seen in The Return of the King.
Think not I love him, though I ask for him. 'Tis but a peevish boy, yet he talks well. What care I for words? If words do well, then he that speaks them pleases those that hear. It is a pretty youth, not very pretty, but sure he's proud, and yet his pride becomes him. He'll make a proper man. And the best thing in him is his complexion, and faster than his tongue did make offense, his eye did heal it up. He's not very tall, yet for his years he's tall. His leg is but so-so, and yet 'tis well. There is a pretty redness in his lip, a little riper and more lusty red than that mixed in his cheek. It's just the difference between the constant red and mingled damask. And though he is no cat. Hey! Sprinkles! No! Sprinkles! No, I've said enough. Sprinkles, how dare you!
Breathe easy, Sir Shroot, and let the machine do its duty.
I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercises, and indeed it goes heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This is most excellent canopy, the air. Look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire. Why, it appears no other thing to me. than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is a Dwight! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god. The beauty of this man, the paragon of animals, and yet, to me, what is this quintessence of dust? An opportunity to raise my foot and place into the machine to see the scarring of my accident.
Please, sir, don't do that.
Acquiesce and let me.
Sir, please stop.
I burn my foot, and I doth feel it swell.
That's what she said.
Ah!